Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, happy Tuesday. Happy holidays, all that jazz. Got my jingle on, got my Hans Gruber. Look at it, until Hans Gruber falls from the Nakatomi Plaza, it ain't Christmas. So, how are you, man? Look, got my elf mug. It's not really a mug today because I don't really have so much a Christmas mug other than that giant Krampus bad boy, but I showed that off last week. So little elf glass today. Got the iced tea ready to go, man. I'm excited. It's a day chock full of stuff. We got Golden Globe nominations, of course, box office new releases, and you guys, to move the show along. So for the next hour, I want you to sit back, relax, grab a drink, grab a snack. Your old buddy Huck's going to get you going with the morning mug. So let's get to it. Bob, if you would please, let's go to it. Wait, not that one, Bob. Not that one, Bob. There we go. My friends, welcome back to the Morning Mug. Now let's chat. Come on, Bob. Shape it up, mister. It's the holidays. He's probably jamming on too much nog over there. All right, y'all, what's going on? Welcome into the cafe. Here's the door opening, the bell's ringing. Let's go see who's here before we get into all the good Hollywood stuff. Hey, Huck, are you doing good? I'm doing good. Snowing. That's cool if you like the snow. Not a big snow guy. Paramount would be better suited to Warner Brothers because of these sports movie theaters. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that if I have time. Like I said, I only got about an hour these days, so we'll try to cram it in there. Paramount, I really don't want it. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, y'all, in case you don't know, Dave, of course, is here all the time. He's got a birthday stream coming up. I believe it's Friday, correct, Dave? So let everybody know the time and stuff. Give yourself a little link and a plug here in the chats. Everybody go to Dave's sub and maybe stop by. Yours truly might be there if work permits. And we'll say hey and happy birthday to Dave. See what's going on. Friday on my live. That's one thing I want to talk about, people. Oh, look at that. And there's the live. That's the live I was just talking about. So I don't read ahead, y'all. This is all organic. See, I'm so in tune with you. I knew that's what was coming. I have 3 different topics I want to talk about. Nice on birthday. See, you guys already know if you've been reading Dave's stuff that I did not surprise anyone. So, I was supposed to go see Hamnet. You got sick. Oh, good. I'm glad you're feeling better though. And so hope you get out and see it soon. Howdy, Mr. Huck, and all you huggables. Other huggers in the chats. Mr. Moody, thank you so much for that. Tiger Blue is here. What's going on? TB42. Good to see y'all. Jeff is in the house. What up, Jeff Aroni? And Mama's there too. Oh, hey, Nikki. Boom. One of my queens here this morning. Let's see if we get Bonnie jumping in here later too. Hey, Jeff, what's going on? Says LA. I literally watched Die Hard. With my next day, I realized Thursday. That's nice. Christmas has begun, baby. I mean, it has. You officially watched it. Gruber fell. Christmas has started. And my wife got me this t-shirt like a couple of Christmases ago. I'm like, that's perfect. Nice. She knows me. Yep. Craigster. Yep. Steve Roney. Everybody's saying hey. Hey to his mom. You got the coolest mom. Kelly's here. What's up, Kelly? Missed last week. Completely forgot it was Tuesday. Almost missed today. Oh, it's all good. You're here today, and that's what counts. People bounce back and forth. So, as long as you're here, let's see what we got. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A smattering of at least 10 of you here. So Dave, everybody just smack that like button for me real quick. Just do a little holiday cheer. Give it a whackaroni. Right upset the old thumb. Checking out my voice here. How do I sound? That's not good. What are we at? My thing just says 4. So I know there's more than 4 in here. Yeah, you can do it. Come on, 10. Nice. Look at that. Y'all, 5 minutes in, already slapped it up to 10. I told you there's about 10 in here. Bravo. All right. So what's I got to do? What is that still doing up? I'm getting the weirdest stuff, y'all. Remove. Hang on. Get it out of here. There we go. Just trying to keep everything organized. Let's see. What's going on? All right. Let me tell you about a movie that I saw. So the benefit of living out here in the LA area is we get a lot of screenings sometimes, especially as the SAG Awards and the Oscar Awards come into play. I'm able to get invitations to certain movies if I can make it. And then, so I did. I took my wife to a movie this weekend. And it was called Is This Thing On? There's a review of it or a reaction video of it on my channel. And I'm sure it's not going to get as many clicks as like Wicked or Predator Badlands or whatever. But I'm telling you, this movie, if you just like going to like everything in the theater, it's all like big spectacle, right? Big special effects, big musicals, big this, big that, you know, which is great. I think that's what's drawing the people out. But sometimes, y'all, oh, and the other thing is always horror. No matter what time of year, there's always horror. So it was so nice to go in a couple of weeks ago and see Rental Family. It's like I call it the Ted Lasso movie of the year is Rental Family. Now, Is This Thing On is not the Ted Lasso because it's not quite as feel good kind of thing as Rental Family, but man, is it good. It's like a comedy drama about this guy who's separating from his wife and he just needs a drink really bad, but this club won't let him in unless he pays the $15 cover. He's like, I got to pay $15 for a beer to come in and get a beer. And then this girl walks right by him and he just lets her in. And he goes, what'd you let her in for? You didn't charge her 15. He goes, oh, she's one of the comics. If you're going to go do stand-up, you get in for free. Bell goes off. He puts his name down just so he can get in and go get a drink. And then, you know, he's off to a rough start. And it's not, the whole thing is not about him doing stand-up for the entire movie, but doing stand-up is what gives him his therapy, as does many stand-up. Like a lot of people, when they're doing stand-up, they're kind of talking about their own lives because that's what they can relate to. So give it a watch, y'all. I'm telling you, it is. I gave it 5 stars on Letterboxd. I just loved it. It moved me. Laura Dern is absolutely fantastic. And I'm looking at, and we'll go over the Golden Globes today too. I'm looking at that and I am stunned. Will Arnett is not in there at all. Like, just shocking. And Laura Dern. It's sometimes I feel like Hollywood, they don't spend enough time watching these movies that they're nominating. I'm out here and all of these movies that are already on this list, I haven't even seen or heard of. So I'm starting to just feel like it's just a waste of time. It's a big joke, you know, getting to these awards things. It's like, who's seen these? That means they've been in like 2 major cities, LA, New York, because that's what they have to be in order to be eligible for the awards. And then who got to vote on them? I didn't. They didn't come across my path. I eventually get to vote for them in SAG later, you know, with my old SAG card. Where's my SAG card? It's in my wallet. But which I got to use. That's how I got into the Is This Thing On, using my SAG card. It's one of those benefits you get from being a SAG guy. And I haven't heard. Great, there's a bug in here. Get out of here, son. Whoops. Oh, shit. I actually caught it and then let it go. Huckster. He's like Miyagi, you know, or Daniel's son. I got it, Mr. Miyagi. I got it. Hey, beginner's luck. Nailed it. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So anywho, so that's the thing, man. It's like these awards go out, and I don't think enough time has sunk in for people to really see all the nominations. Now I'm gonna attempt to see as many as I can that I've seen already on the list, but of the ones I've seen, yeah. So why don't we do that? Why don't we jump into it real quickie? Like, hang on, make sure I marked myself here. Yes, I did. Cool. All right. Now, before we move on, we'll just catch up here. Hey, Sham is here. What's going on, man? You know, Warner Brothers sold all property. Oh, yeah. Hey, yo, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about, yeah, we're at 10 year. Left a comment on your video. Bradley Cooper. Yeah, he directed it. He's in it. And he's funny. He's got a very small part. Oh, good. I got a movie coming in. That was my little dinger saying I got a movie coming my way, a Christmas movie. Oh, what's going on, Adrian James? Link my birthday. Nice. Yeah, well, I mean, I did tell you it was okay. Unless you just posted that, like, before I said it was okay. No, I know it was after because the things ran out. Yeah, Mr. James, Mr. Moody. I've already filled my heartwarming quota with the movie I watched for your challenge. Nice. Which was? We're going to get to that. You're going to tell me when I tell you mine? Love me some Laura Dern. Oh, Nikki, she is so good. You see me get like spark and get excited there. That's not a put on. Like when moments like that kick in, I instantly just remember how good she was. Her and Will Arnett are like electric together. So anyway, we're gonna get to more of that in a second. Let's see. Hi, hey Jeff, how's it going? Adrian, hey Dave. All right, so let's see, Bob, if you could share the proper tab this time, that'd be fantastic. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Let me just see. Let me do something a little different. That's not the one. No, sir. All right, we're gonna do this anyway. All right, here you go. So here is the Golden Globes right there that we're gonna look at. Throw me over the side. There we go. All right, let's go. Here we go. So this is what's coming out. So you got your dramas here. Frankenstein, Hamnet. It was just we have a lot of foreign films up for awards, even outside of the international category, which includes It Was an Accident, Sentimental Value, and The Secret Agent. 3 out of the 6 are all international films, and of course, Sinners tucked in there. Now, talk about a movie. Oh, sorry, just realized that my bubble is in the way of the All Great and Powerful. There we go. We'll do that. There you go. So Sinners, think about that. People have talked about Sinners since the day it came out, being super good, excellent quality. It should be nominated. Michael B. Jordan should be nominated. Kugler, all that stuff. But that came out in April, y'all. So for something to keep chugging along this long and be remembered, same thing happened with Gladiator. When Gladiator came out, that was much earlier in the year, and it maintained its momentum. So I'll be curious if Sinners can be the upset. It's just a road movie / vampire movie. The shocker here for me, here's your best comedy or musical. You got your Blue Moon, Begonia, Marty Supreme, No Other Choice, Nouvelle Vague, Vogue, and One Battle After Another. So it's a good lineup, but the musical or comedy, it doesn't include Wicked for Good. Now, we'll get to that. It appears later. But in the category literally labeled musical or comedy, it's not there. Now, I've seen Begonia, right? And I've given my review on that. Of all and One Battle After Another. Both good movies. I would not say both are slamming with comedy. Whereas, Is This Thing On? I would just look, Begonia is just a bizarre, weird movie. I would pull that out and put Is This Thing On in. I've yet to see the other ones, the other 4, Marty Supreme, Blue Moon. I'll get to those, so I can decide if I think they belong as well. But like I said, it's directed by Bradley Cooper. It's got that same goodness in it that A Star Is Born has. Crazy. Now here's the animated. I'm just going to cherry pick stuff here. 3 of these I've never seen, but we also have Elio, K-pop, and Zootopia. Actually, I'd say 4 I haven't seen. I didn't see Elio either. But K-pop, Demon Hunter, Zootopia 2. I've seen those. I like them a lot. If one of them wins, cool. I don't know if I'm going to get to the other 4 just because I tend to go for the other movies first, the dramas, the comedies, the things like that, and then eventually the animes. But, whichever one wins, cool to them. I mean, K-pop Demon Hunter has been such a massive thing this year. I kind of just want that to win because it's a little different. It's something that exploded first on Netflix, then got released twice in the theater, hitting into the top 5 each time. And then Zootopia, it's a traditional good Disney movie, which is cute. But I mean, K-pop, the music in K-pop stays with you. Very good. Here we go with, what is this? Okay. So here's the international films. I'll just let you look at them all the way across the board there. Haven't heard of any of them, but there you go. Best performance by a female in a drama. Here you go. Eva Victoria, Jennifer Lawrence, Jessie Butler, Julie Roberts, Renette Ronzve, and Tessa Thompson. So they're all in these movies here, none of which I've seen. And again, it's so funny because these movies, I go to the theater every single weekend, and then I don't see any of these movies in the theater. So to me, it's a very small bunch of people that have seen these films. And I get screeners too. So, like I said, I don't know. So here we go with the best male. I've seen a lot more of these. So you got Dwayne the Johnson. Look at Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Actually snuck in there for the Smashing Machine, which I do not disagree with. I think he's fantastic. Jeremy Allen White's always good. Springsteen, again, it's another. I call these impression performances. It's a guy that does a good impression of somebody we already know. Kind of tired of those people winning. Joel Egerton, Train Dreams. There's Michael B. Jordan. He made it, y'all. Oscar Isaac for Frankenstein and Wagner Moura for The Secret Agent, another international film. So that is a pretty stacked thing. I'm going to try not to go through too much of these, but here we go. So your females in a comedy or musical, here's where Wicked starts to find a little love. You can see Cynthia Erivo sitting in there, Wicked for Good, so she did get some love there. Backing it up to Amanda Seyfried for Testament of Anna Lee, Chase Infinity for One Battle After Another, Emma Stone for Begonia, of course, Kate Hudson, Songs on Blue, Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. So that's a pretty good group to rival one another. And the males in the comedy or musical, no Will Arnett, which got Ethan Hawke, George Clooney, Jesse Plemons. Again, I've seen Begonia. It's a weird, weird movie. Would I say that Jesse Plemons is funny? No. Is he good? Yes. Is he interesting? Absolutely. But this category, he belongs honestly more in that supporting drama category. I would make him a supporting male, honestly, even though he is the male lead of the movie. And then these others, Timothy Chalamet, Leo DiCaprio. Again, comedy, there's comedic moments from Leo because of the situations his character is in, and I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet. So again, all of these could be solid picks. Maybe Ethan's hilarious, George is hilarious, Timothy's hilarious, all these people. But I think Will Arnett is going to be a wildly overlooked performance. And I think it's because people haven't seen it. I had to go to a screening to see it myself. Like, you guys can't even see it until I think it comes out next Friday. Not this coming Friday, but the following Friday, the 19th. So if you're lucky enough for it to even show up in your theater, because it's probably got less theaters in its run, please go see it. Let me know what you thought. Here we go. A female in a supporting role. There we go. Ariana Grande pops up again. Wicked for Good. She'll have a second chance at winning that Golden Globe. You got Amy Madigan for Weapons, Ella Fanning, Emily Blunt, Inga Ibzotter, Lilius. Usually pretty good at names. And Teyana Taylor. She was really great in One Battle After Another. Smashing Machine, by the way, Emily Blunt's fantastic in that. So I will say this about Ariana Grande. I think she's even better in part 2. Say what you will about the movie. I know it's like a polarizing movie. Some people hate it. Some people love it. It is definitely darker in tone. If you caught my review, you'll know where I stand. But one thing I did, raise the roof about, y'all, was the performance of Ariana Grande. I think she's silly and goofy, but then there's those moments where the heart kicks in for her. Like, she does such a beautiful blend. That's a very difficult type of performance to give, which is be super silly, but when the moments count, be very personal and intense. And she's so good at it. What else are we going to do here? All right, supporting actor. We'll sort of end after a couple of these here. Adam Sandler, you can read along here. Adam Sandler, Benicio del Toro, Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, Paul Mescal, Sean Penn, Stellan Skarsgård for all the movies they were in. What do I lean on here? I thought Frankenstein was really good. Haven't seen Jay Kelly yet, or the sentimental value. It's probably the most I've seen of people in the thing. So here's what I'm going to say about Hamnet as well. And this isn't, I will go see it, so I'm not going to be hypocritical here. But I do think whenever these type of movies like Hamnet, like Shakespeare comes out, there's sort of like this sort of, I think need out of voters to say, well, we got to honor one of those because it seems like a smart movie. It's Hamlet, Shakespeare. It's about the son of Hamlet. Yeah, let's nominate that. Now, it could be great. Could be awesome. Could be the best movie of the year. But sometimes I feel like those squeak in there for that prestige field. Got to get that one in there. So let's see if it belongs up there. Anybody else if you've seen Hamnet, let me know if it's right up there. So, yep, it's worthy. It's going to get it. Motion pictures, you got Hamnet, Frankenstein, It Was Just an Accident, Sentimental Value, One Battle After Another, and Sinners. That's a good category. The two in the middle there are international films. Of my pick, of the ones I've seen, Frankenstein, One Battle, and Sinners, which do I pick? I don't know, y'all. Like, I mean, Frankenstein is big. It's what to me a best picture is. It's big. It's beautiful. It's shot well. The sets are great. Acting is great. Storytelling. One Battle After Another is in my opinion, probably the best Paul Thomas Anderson movie he's made, because a lot of his stuff just doesn't resonate for me. But that one was very good, and of course, Sinners was just awesome. So I don't know. I'd love to see Sinners take it personally. I think Coogler delivered something unique and interesting. And, for a vampire flick that came out in April to pull it off, that'd be great. Okay, so we got screenplays. You guys can just go to goldenglobes.com. I'm just going to go to this last one here. So best original song. So for Wicked not getting nominated in best musical, it has 2 songs nominated. No Place Like Home and The Girl in the Bubble. 2. And of course, you got Golden from K-Pop Demon Hunters. Everything else, forget it. I mean, I lied to you with Sinners. Could be an upset. And it's kind of hilarious. Avatar hasn't even come out yet, but it's already up here for all these awards. So this is what I'm saying. Is like, I don't know where these nominations are coming from, because half these movies haven't even out yet. But my friends, here is where Wicked sneaks in. Is the brand new and somewhat bogus category, cinematic and box office achievement. This is what they're calling the blockbusters. The ones that just killed it at the box office. Again, hilarious. They're just assuming Avatar Fire and Ash will be the big hit that it always is. So it's already in there. It hasn't even proven itself to be a box office yet. But true to form, I'm sure it will be. And then you got F1, K-Pop Demon Hunters. I don't think that's going to win, though. That's why I wanted to win song, at least song. Mission Impossible, Final Reckoning, that didn't do well enough to win. Then you got Sinners, Weapons, Wicked, For Good, and Zootopia. So that's where Wicked sneaks in, y'all, is in that category. All right, so that's it there. Oh, let me just show you, there's a brand new category at the end, which I find very funny. Best Podcast. So I've never seen this category before, but obviously we're talking about entertainment-based podcasts because it's the Golden Globes. So you got the Armchair Expert with Dax Shepard, Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper, Good Hang with Amy Poehler, Smartless, of course. You got, there's Will Arnett, by the way, in the bottom. Will Arnett, Sean Hayes, and, Jason Bateman. That's very funny. If you haven't, we listened to Smartless going to my daughter's college, 6-hour drive. We just loaded up Smartless and had a great time. The Mel Robbins podcast and Up First. So that's funny. So now we're getting podcasts tucked in there. So that's it. That's the little taste of Golden Globes, y'all, just to give it a run through. Let me know what you're thinking. What's calling out to you? What you think is worthy of that big W? I've sort of tossed mine out there. What I love to see is like Sinners, Wicked, maybe get best. Well, Wicked, I don't know. It's going to be hard to get best song up against Golden, I think. But you never know. Maybe people are snobs about the Netflix thing, and they say, well, here's the nomination, but we're going to pick Wicked because it's actually in the theater for a long time. So I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go. So what y'all think, y'all? Okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot that ticker, y'all. Let's get that ticker up first. Hey, whoop, no, not that. There you go. Boom, ticks up. Wait, that's not it. Oh, my God. There we go. Oh, the morning mug. Only midway through, y'all. There we go. What was that one I had up? Welcome to another Late Night with Huck. That's the one you saw. But anyway. It's going to do, man. It's live TV. That's how we roll. All right, let's get back to y'all and see what y'all think. If you got any sort of opinions about the Golden Globes, let's get to it. Only 2 of the movies that are nominated Golden Globes I've seen are Sinners and One Battle. Yep. And those are 2 good ones. Very good. Sham says, nothing good. We know Netflix don't like movie theaters, so there will be fewer of that. Yep. We're going to chat a little bit about that too. Maybe right after I get to the bottom here. Miracle on 34. Oh, yeah. Dude, that's such a good one. I'd never seen the original. In fact, last year I watched both Miracle on 34th Streets. I feel like I'd seen the remake from the 90s. Didn't really remember it, but anyway, watched them both. Thought they were fantastic. Did you watch the 90s one or the original from the 40s? I forget when the original 50s. That original black and white one. Haven't seen any of the animated movies. I've seen a good chunk of them. The only one I've seen with Julia Roberts. Oh, it's not even that good. Oh man, that's a bummer. I love her. Eli is here. What's going on, Eli? My man is here in his house. Yeah, don't forget to slash that like button. Yeah, thank you. Oh, this channel's awesome. You're awesome, bruh. Thank you. Morning, J Van Gool has arrived. Greetings, man. What's going on, everybody? Oh, Vaughn, cancel 134. It's me, Vox. Look at that. What up, Vox? Welcome on in. Slap that like button if y'all haven't already. If you haven't subscribed, hit that sub button. Really appreciate it. Yep, I didn't want to go over the TV stuff too because it's just going to take too long. But yeah, like I said, if y'all want to know the TV stuff, go check them out. By the way, Dimension Scott's here. What's going on, bruh? Good to see it. I'm also very happy that I know Diego Luna got nominated for Andor. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, he did a great job. I'm just surprised that Star Wars on Disney Channel was recognized. But yeah, that's very impressive. Also very happy that Gary Oldman got nominated. Yeah, for The Slow Horses. Mm-hmm. He's never won for that show. Yeah. Maybe this will be his year. I get kind of pissed off by BS factor of these awards. I know. Look, I'm with you, man. It's like, look, I don't know what it is, Steve. It's just like, we're moviegoers here, right? Most of us, I would say. Maybe some of us are just probably movie fans. But I really try to get out every week, use my car, go to movies. And for me to not even know half of these movies, and they're all up, it's just so bogus. I don't get it. It's like the award should come out later when more people, because I can tell you that I feel like whoever got these screening copies, whoever got the link, because let's face it, half of these had to have been watched at home for these to even be nominated, right? And the good thing about the TV shows, obviously they're on TV. They've been on TV all year long. So you've had plenty of time to watch these shows and consider these people. That I highly support 100% over the movie picks because they just came out or haven't even come out. I mean, hell, the one I'm raving about hasn't even come out yet. So how is that fair competition? It's like, I mean, the only ones that kind of sneak in that you can agree with is like Sinners. It's like the only one because it's been out since April. So if you're going to nominate that, everyone's had a chance to see that and they can say, you know what? I did like that or not like. They'll have an opinion either way. Maybe you didn't like Sinners. And you can say, I see the nomination. I thought it was a little overrated, so probably shouldn't be there. You know what I mean? Like you have time to formulate that opinion. But when you don't even know half the things that are on the list, yeah, as the kids would say, it's very sus. That's right. I'm in the know. Let's see. Will you show the TV shows? I don't know. I don't have a ton of time. If I do, I'll roll back to it near the end of the show, and we'll tag the show off with the TV stuff. But I do want to get to the other things that I want to talk about today while I still have the time, you know, because my job starts at about 9:15. I got to be cutting it off. So I want Ariana Grande to win for Wicked. I'm with you, man. I'd like to see it. I like to see it. You know, she got some stiff competition. Let's see her competition one more time. I mean, Amy Madigan for Weapons. That was just a weird one. I don't see her beating Ariana. Be a little shocked. Emily Blunt and Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor was really good in one battle after another, but I was most moved by Emily Blunt. The one that I've seen that comes closest would be Emily Blunt from Smashing Machine. But Ariana Grande, yeah, I'm with you. We're at 13 likes. Let's get it to the 15, y'all. I watched the original. Yeah, Nelly killed it. She's so good. Yeah, man, that was a good one. Good pick, man. Good pick. Oh, dude, I hate to say it. Well, wait till you see the pick I picked. Now, I do have an actual Christmas classic that I watched, but I'm going to talk about a different one for you guys because I think it's important. Here we go. You've seen many Indonesian movies in this year's. I have not, Hisham. I have not. If you have one or two you want to throw my way, Lay it on me. Huckster, what's going on? Laren, you old salty dog, you. Welcome, man. What do you reckon? What do I reckon Sue's gonna get? I don't know, man. What you reckon? Know what Sue gonna get? Hey, and the Steelbook crew. Don't forget those guys, man. They're out there hustling and bustling too. Let's see. Is this it? I think it might be. All right, let's see if we can switch it over. Is it going to work? Yeah, look at that. It worked. All right, Bob, don't forget to put me up there, for God's sake. There you go. All right, now we're going to find out what Sue and the Steelbook crew and you. It's a 3-pack now. Sue and the Steelbook crew and you. What y'all going to get? Here we go. This is the hot stuff. The hot stuff. It's hot. Coming out today, December 9th. If you've pre-ordered any one of these, they could be sitting in your hot mailbox today. You got your Minority Report on 4K as a Tom Cruise fan. That excites me. Very excited. You got that in a 4K and a Steelbook. Again, I don't care about the Steelbook. Both of those are the traditional posters. Like if you look at each of these, they're both the traditional posters. So neither wins over the other in any big kind of way. Hi, my dog's here again to beg for. He must have gone outside looking for a little scrap. I'll get you later, okay? You just give me the look. He's getting good at that look, man. He's like, if I don't get a snack right now, I could die. You don't want that on your conscience. I should have brought the bag in here. I realize it. I forgot. Oh, now he's sitting down. Now he's sat. That means he's just going to like this. All right. So here we go. The minor reports are the same two things. So I'm not going to go for the Steelbook because I'm not really a Steelbook person. I don't collect Steelbooks. If something happens to be in Steelbook form, and that's the only way, and it's a good price, then maybe. I did have earlier in my collecting when I was really getting into this, I got the Rockies and the Indiana Jones movies. Those I mostly got the Indiana Jones because the Steelbooks retain the original covers, posters, which I loved. So these two, I'll just go for the regular 4K, wait for it to come on sale. Then you got your Dogma. Finally, Kevin Smith has had his wish. He procured the rights back from those Weinsteins to get his Dogma. Now it's out on 4K. And of course, I'll show you the other version, which is very hilarious. The Steelbook of that is tempting. You got to catch me if you can in 4K. I have the Steelbook Blu-ray of that, so I'm fine with that. I don't see the need to upgrade. But this is, of course, coming out in both the Steelbook and the regular. Emperor's got a new groove, Airplane. They've now separated that Zaz box set where you had Airplane, what was it, Top Secret, and so they're all separate now. Let's see, what do we got? Anaconda, another Steelbook. Okay, it's in 4K. I guess the other one was a Blu-ray. I have that one, so I'm not going to grab the new one. You got the gray, and there it is, the Dogma Steelbook. All right, that is tempting. That's pretty funny. It's just, the Buddy Christ, hey, it's very funny. So I don't know. It's probably going to be an expensive Steelbook, but that would be a funny one to have because that's, I just think the Buddy Christ, and when you see it in the context of the movie, it's hilarious. Good Fortune I saw in the theater. I liked it okay. It didn't move me too much. Anybody else see that? I feel like not a lot of people saw it. I was happy to go to a comedy, anything other than like horror, and it was okay. It's a little tough to also watch 3 millionaires playing like poor people. I mean, look, they're actors, so you got to give into it, but also, it didn't help too that I was also out of work, so I was feeling for the was it the Aziz Ansari? Yeah, is his name, I think. Yeah, I was feeling for him a lot. Anyway, so you got your Awakenings, Nacho Libre. There's your Top Secret. Top Secret was one of the ones in the other box. Let's see. I know where I'm going. A little Criterion. Battle Royale Steelbook. Ooh, the Saga Erotica, the Emmanuel Collection with Sylvia Crystal. Get it, girl. Jarhead, Blues Brothers, all coming out on 4Ks. And again, there's a Steelbook Blues Brothers. How many freaking Steelbooks are we going to have of the Blues Brothers? I've already seen at least 2, 3. It's just a nut to see. Again, I think it's Universal, right? I love Universal, but money grab, limited edition Steelbook. Yeah, no kidding. Forget it. No need, no desire, won't get. What else we got? Gothic Tales from Dan Curtis. That's the guy that did Dark Shadows. Good old Dan Curtis. I met Dan Curtis way back in the day. I had him sign a Dark Shadows book for me. Let's see, Black Christmas. That looks like the original. Of course, Steelbook. We got Dead of Night, Southpaw 4K. All right, let's just sort of pan through here. Heart of Darkness. Good movie. It's a documentary that's on. I have that as part of my Apocalypse Now box set, though, so I don't need that. Re-releases here. There's Riddick, American Psycho. Just going to scan near the bottom. I'm Still Here, Oscar nominee from last year. If you wanted that. Strangers Chapter 2. Look how low they put that on the list. Nobody cared about that. Let's see. What else we got? Just, other formats of the same movies I've talked about. You got your Night of the Sharks, y'all. 1988. Go get it. If you're a big shark fan. Sue's going to get that. What's Sue going to get? The girl's a shark girl. She's going to snatch up that Night of the Sharks, y'all. Yep. I bet you. What else we got? All right, that's kind of it. A lot of those Emmanuels and separate stuff, too. But there you go, y'all. That is what is coming out, my friends. In case you need to know what's coming out so I can go get it. That is it. There's a big lineup for me. Dogma, Minority Report. And, I mean, others are great, but I already have them. So I'm not going to get Airplane. No need for Blues Brothers again. Yeah, I'm going to go for those two. What are you guys going to get? Like, I want everybody to rattle off 2. Give me 2 in the comments of things you would consider. I'm not going to hold it to you. It's not going to be like, gospel over here. But what would be a couple of titles you would love? Maybe you're an Emperor's New Groove fan, or you didn't get the Catch Me If You Can Blu-ray Steelbook. I love that Steelbook too, by the way. It's fantastic. It's the same one you see right here. Like literally no change. So I would encourage getting that if you don't have that. And maybe if you don't have Blues Brothers, get this one. Or maybe this Steelbook doesn't even appeal to you, so don't. Go back and look for one of the other ones that were cooler. All right, there you go. That's it, my friends. That's what's out. Let me know. Give me 2 things, or just one thing from today that you might consider snatching up. All right, let's get back to you, my very important brethren. Moody, it's Mr. Mullen. Nice. Larry, what's up? There it is. Ponto's here. Look, there's in the house. Look, man, me and the Pontoaster, we done it up last night. Mega Mike the Movie Man was having another look. This was nuts. Another battle royale where it was Rocky Balboa versus DC Comics. Who do you think tore up who in that competition? I mean, let's be honest. DC Comics, by the way, at least 60, I looked it up after the battle, y'all. At least 63 movies since 1951 in that collection, that franchise that you could pull from. 63. If you wanted to go super deep, I mean, you could dig back and get the Batman Adam West movie. You can go even further back and get Superman and the Mole Man super far back, or all of the stuff that's come out since then. You can even pick Dolph Lundgren's Punisher, whatever you want. The sky, well, sorry, that's Marvel. But sky's the limit for DC, up to 66. We had nine movies. The 6 Rocky movies and the 3 Creed movies. And we crushed it. No, we didn't even crush it. We just hung in there. I don't know how we, dude. Go see that, y'all. That was an insane battle. My boy Luke, he hung on tight to the Creed part of the Rocky franchise, which, I mean, all that counts. It's Rocky's in it. It's about the continuing story. Rocky takes on, Apollo Creed's son. Like, yeah, man, you dug deep, dude. Massive props, bro. And he, but that's nuts. And all I'm saying is it's only going to get nuttier on Mega Mike's channel, because as we whittled, it's a whole bracket tournament. And I think right now, so the winner from last night goes on, and then there's another battle coming up where I think it's Harry Potter versus 007. And then on the other side of the bracket, it's like Nightmare on Elm Street versus Friday the 13th, and then Star Trek versus something. I can't remember what the other thing is. So those are the things making their way to the one-on-one. It's kind of hilarious because I was on many of the losing ones, but now I'm on a lot of the winning ones, some of which could go head to head. So I have no clue where I'm going to end up in the end. I can very well battle myself, y'all. I just jump back and forth. I'll set up 2 cameras and I'll be in each square battling myself. Oh, dude, totally looking forward to Supergirl trailer. Yes, let's go. I can't wait for Supergirl. I think it's gonna be great. My Christmas classic I watched was Home Alone 2. Nice. Let me tell you something. I was going to watch Home Alone 2, like on my TV. You know, they have this button. It's very great idea. It's called the Advent Calendar. And what they do for their Advent is they have the 24 days, and it's the button, and you can click whatever the day is, and it flips the thing around, and it shows you the movie you can watch. I'm like, oh, that's a cool movie Advent calendar. And so I went all the way down, and you could pick any one you want. So I went to December 21st to see what that was, and it was Home Alone 2. So I was like, cool. Clicked it. Guess what movie started playing? Yeah, no, it was not Home Alone 2. It's Home Alone 1. But the thumbnail and the description was all Home Alone 2, which is funny because I wonder if I went back up to Home Alone and clicked that, if Home Alone 2 would play, which I didn't check out. So I'm going to tell you that was also my classic. Well, Home Alone 1 was. It was supposed to be that one. But I will tell you the one I saw instead. I was actually going to do a reaction video to it, but I haven't gotten around to doing that yet. So you guys will be the first to get the exclusive of the movie I saw. I get you, man. But if you could, what would you get? All right, see, Moody stepping up to the plate here. This is Dogman Airplane. Solid, excellent 2 picks right there. I'm with you. JD. Sup, Luke? I'm planning on picking up Good Fortune later this week. Yeah, so that one clicked with you then, right, Luke? Good Fortune. Sup, Laren? I still need to see Good Fortune. It's a good movie. I don't think I'll need to own it, though. Yeah, you really did enjoy it. Good. It's one of the better comedies come out. Yeah, I would say that. I mean, it was very charming. Oh, Host McPizza's here. What's going on, brother? God, that movie made me cry like a baby. Which one? Oh, Awakenings. So, literally at the thing at the top. Cry like a baby. One of the few to get my heartstrings going. Nice. Awakenings. Very good, man. Yeah, it's a good one. That's a tugger, bro. Tug's right there. They can keep making more steelbooks for the same movie. It makes the standard edition go cheaper. Dude, yeah. Right? Avoidability is our middle name. Funny how we have the same middle name. But, dude, it's so true. Keep putting that stuff out. Every time something else goes up, our selections go down, and it's a win-win. So the people that got to have everything and the newer this, newer that, they get their thing. And you and me and other people like us who like that value. Dude, like I waited finally until this recent pass with Groove and their 4Ks for $13 each. Dude, I think I showed you guys this last week. I really scored on those. And I even found, I feel like Mega Mike and I are the only two that like this movie, but Red One with The Rock and J.K. Simmons as Santa, Jack Santa with the guns. Had a good time with that. I thought it was funny. I got the Krampus mug and everything. That was down to $10. I waited all year for that to go down because it was always in the 20s. And when I saw it at 10, I'm like, I think it's time. So, in fact, that's what dinged on my phone and said that the Red One is on its way. We'll be here today. But yes, sir, let's go. You probably already talked about it, but yeah, if you had to pick Paramount, okay. So let me get to the bottom, and then I'll pop back up and answer your thing. You want to get that Nacho Libre? Nice. Jack Black is great. I love Jack Black, man. So I saw him once. I was working, and he drove up at a parking lot. I was like, oh shit, it's Jack Black in the parking lot. And we all just kind of peeked out the window. And then it was also lunchtime, so me and this girl that I worked with, we just went and sat down and sat in the courtyard there so we get better hang time in case Jack Black walked by. He just kept like kibitzing at the trunk of his car with his buddies. They were just carrying on. I say trunk like they're doing some sort of trunk deal. No, I just mean they were sort of standing at the trunk of his car. Anywho, Michael, what's going on, bro? Good to have you here. Come on in. Look at you guys just filling up it's great. Just come on in. Just filling up the cafe. I love it. So Michael, hey. Let's see, the two Minority Report, Catch Me If You Can. Emperor's New Groove with that movie, Robin Williams. Let's see. Tiger Blues is definitely want to get that Dogma. It's out in the UK. Nice. Okay. Oh, it's 2nd of February. Wow. 4K slip version with that same cover. Yeah, US probably for that. Yeah, the slip cover, like I said, if that steelbook is just ridiculous. I don't honestly. I like the movie. It's never a movie. I'm like, oh, it's got to be in my collection. I love it so much. I'd probably be just as cool. Like if I just waited for a sale like I did with all these other movies, that'll be the one that goes on sale. The steelbook won't be. The steelbook will sell out. I'll never see it again. And then I'll get the 4K for like $10 to $13. Be very happy about that. And then I'll just design my own slipcover. That'll look like the Buddy Jesus, the Buddy Christ. And then I'll have the best of both worlds. What's the deal with the box office? Oh, we gotta get to the box office. Let's see how many more we got here. All right, let's put a pin in this. Let's see. Just make sure I'm not missing anything huge. All right, cool. All right, we'll put a pin because you want to know what's the deal with the box. What's the deal with the box office? I had to do it like Seinfeld. Okay, let's get it up. All right, Bob, time to wake up over there, son. Get up off the floor and get to it. Am I going to need that again? I don't think so. Stop. I got you. Don't worry. We're almost there. And Flurgen, there it is. Boom. There's box office, gang. Let's talk about it. What a stacked box office we have here. So I was kind of shocked. I'll be honest. So get this. So Zootopia 2 falls into second place. Now I knew Five Nights at Freddy's was going to be a humdinger, as we like to say here, is going to do very well. I did not expect 64 million. I just didn't. But the fan base for this movie always front loads it. The same thing happened with the last one. They front load it. It did killer. I'd be curious to see how hard it drops next week. But Zootopia 2, it says it dropped. Okay, well, you know what? This makes more sense. It says it dropped 56.7%. But last week I reported it made 150 million. But I did forget I was doing the 5-day week because it was Thanksgiving. So it was the 5-day weekend. So it seemed more like a 70-something% drop because anyway, but for the 3 days, it only got about 100 million. So it wasn't even as high as Wicked. So here we go. So Five Nights at Freddy's got 64. Zootopia got 43.4. A nice respectful drop at 56.7. Wicked for Good, of course, stayed in third place. A little harder drop than I was expecting. 71.9 from last week, where it sat nicely in that second position. But it's doing great. It is almost at 300 million domestically. That's a winner chicken dinner, y'all, for that one. Seriously, it's made like 440 million worldwide. Most of it's here, though. See, it's funny to see what movies do bank more overseas than they do here. This is one that's definitely resonating with more Americans than international audiences. But there you go. And I called it last week. I said, never sleep on a Jujutsu Kaisen movie or any of these anime type things. I just knew it was going to drop into the top 10, and it did right there at the number 4 place, making 10 mil. And finally, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, probably thinning out of its run here. It's in the number 5 spot at 3.4 million. Now, what shockingly almost made it in with it also 3.4 million, but Now You See Me was 3.487. This one was 3.429. And that was Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair. A 4.5-hour movie where Quentin cuts the two movies together, shows you how it plays out as one long story. And I didn't get to go see it. I just don't have 5 hours to commit in the theater over the weekend, especially this last weekend. So, but I have seen people reviewing it, and they all seem to like it. They seem to think it's not a gimmick, cutting it together. You can see how he wove them together, and the transitions from the two movies as one works. And people are excited. Now, the Quentin wants this to be a theatrical experience, so he's not planning on dropping this on physical media anytime soon. So I got word of that. So if you guys want to see this Whole Bloody Affair, there's no talk of when that's going to come out. I'm sure he will eventually drop it on physical media, because, I think Quentin likes his stuff to be out there. But for now, and I don't know how long you're going to have to wait. If you want to see it, you got to go to the cinemas for it. And, look, I kind of called this earlier. The movie Eternity that came out with, our girl Wanda, it just didn't do that well. It's got, let's see, Miles Teller, in there as well. So basically, if you don't know about Eternity, it's the afterlife thing. Like Elizabeth Olsen and him and this other guy, they're all in this afterlife, and she has to pick a mate. And I'm just looking at it, going, well, it looks cute, it looks sweet, but it just didn't resonate with the audience. And again, it's a nice little comedy, probably like Good Fortune. I heard those who have seen it, it was good and entertained them. Hamnet. Okay, talking about Hamnet earlier. Here's a movie that's actually in the theater. It's not blowing up the box office, but I know they're not on the screen, but it's at number 8, getting 2.3 mil. So at least that one's out there, and I stand a good chance of finding it at one of my theaters, and I can go see it, which is great. But the other ones I don't even see. Like I'm just going to look here and see if any of those other things. Okay, here's one. Down at number 20, The Secret Agent. That's one of the foreign films nominated. It's only in 8 theaters. 8. So I can pretty much count not seeing that unless somehow it comes out tomorrow. I'm going to get screeners for all these, and I'll probably get invitations to go to screeners, so I'll probably see them all that way if time permits. But yeah, still looking down here. It was just an accident. That's another one of the things. It's in 38 theaters. So see what I mean? Is like a lot of these things that are getting all these accolades and buzzes are barely being seen by anybody. I'm looking, y'all. I'm there's a movie at number 46 called F My Son. And it doesn't say F, it says the full word. F My Son is the name of the movie. Good on you, man. Oh, there you go. Anything else? All right, that's it. So that's your box office. That's what we're looking like. Did anybody out here go see Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair? I want to know if you saw it, how it was, if it was worth. I did hear they also baked in an intermission, which is perfect. I'm glad they did that. And I'm curious if the intermission falls at like the end of the first movie, or if it's designed in a way that there's a different place that the intermission occurs. So anywho, y'all. So that's what's going on with your box office. Let's go ahead and skip to what's coming out this Friday. Yeah, pretty much the 2 movies to the right are superfluous. Little Trouble Girls and Scarlet. Oscar nomination, or from Oscar nominated Mamoru Hosoda. It's an anime. Could do well. It doesn't look like one of those Jujutsu Kaisen movies, so I don't know where the fan base is for that. Little Trouble Girls, I've heard nothing about it. The reason I chose these 2 is on Box Office Mojo. These were the 3 called wide releases, so I chose the wide releases instead of the littler ones, because these would stand a better chance of being seen. But let's get to the first one, y'all. Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's right, a remake this Christmas. You better be good. I love this poster. It's got the axe with the lights around it. And nothing says Christmas like death and axe murders and things like that from the studio behind the Terrifier franchise. So if they're touting that as the tagline at the top from the studio, Terrifier franchise, are they going to be as gratuitous with their blood and mayhem as that movie? I don't know. Like, I still need to see the original Silent Night, Deadly Night. If this is just going to be a rehash of Terrifier, I'm probably not going to care. I just don't care for those, man. They're so gratuitous to be gratuitous, And it's unsettling, but people love them. Luke, you love that, right? Don't you love Terrifier? Most everybody but me. I know Dave doesn't care for Terrifier either, but yeah, no bueno, no good. All right, so that's what's coming out. Really, Terrifier, Silent Night, Deadly Night is the one that's going to give the top 5 a run for its money. Let's just back up and take a look. So, okay, Now You See Me, Now You Don't. That's going to be out, done, gone. And I fully expect that one will plop in. I don't know if it's got the fan base even to when you cut in half Zootopia. So Freddy's Zootopia, I think, will hang on to 1 and 2. Depending on, I mean, people love horror, and usually when if Wicked drops 71%, if it drops like another 50, there's a darn good chance Silent Night, Deadly Night will jump into the third slot. What y'all think? I think possibly. All right. While we're still here, let's go ahead and just keep this graphic up, Bobby. We're going to talk about the 52-week movie challenge, and this week it was Watch a Christmas Classic. What classic, air quotes, did I watch? Oh, I watched this. Oh, what fun. Look, I had to. It's Michelle Pfeiffer, whom I love. I mean, look, the cast is stacked, y'all. Michelle Pfeiffer, Felicity Jones, Chloe Grace Moretz, who I adore, Dennis Leary, Dominic Sessa, who was in the one with the Paul Giamatti. Y'all know it. Put it in the thing. You know that one from last year, the Christmas. Jason Schwartzman, Eva Longoria, stat cast, funny premise. It's sort of the opposite of Home Alone, where they all leave the house. Not the opposite. It's almost very exact. Where a busy family bustles to get out of the house, and they all have to get in two separate cars, to go to their play that she bought tickets for. The mom bought tickets for these things. And by the time the first car leaves, the second car is loading up, and they just assumed, and that's the one with the dad, that's the Dennis Leary, his car. They drive, and they all assume that mom is in the first car, or no one's even thinking. Everyone's just thinking everyone's going to be there. But then they get to the play. Everyone sits down in the play. Like, really, no one got out of the cars and looked at each other. There's all this irritating convenience in this movie that when you've got a cast like this, and I'm sorry, I don't want to rag on the director, but it's so... the plot points are so juvenile that you just keep going, oh, for the love of God, people aren't this stupid. But I get it. You're trying to set up convenience, trying to get her alone in the house. But what it was is she was across the street giving a gift to a neighbor she doesn't even care about. That whole thing was insane because, you know, she's the perfect neighbor. She thinks she's the perfect neighbor. They're always trying to, like, perfect neighbor out each other. This neighbor brings her a gift, a 3-wick candle. And she knows that her gift in the box isn't as cool. It actually ends up being a 1-wick candle, which is, it's kind of funny. But she freaks out and says, oh, wait, this isn't your gift. This is someone else's gift. So she goes to the mall on Christmas Eve with her daughter. I was like, really? Like, you have a play that you're about to go to. And this woman means so much to you that you're going to go shopping at the mall to get her something that makes you look at it. Just, you know what I mean? Like, no. Just give her the stupid 1-wick candle. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, when you watch it, you get frustrated and irritated how asinine someone like Michelle Pfeiffer's acting. And then, of course, she goes across the street and ends up really just giving her cookies that she bought in a tin, and she just put them in a bag. And anyway, enough of that part. So they all lose her. She gets pissed. She also gave them all one thing. And you'll see this in the trailer. The one thing is, nominate me for this Mom of the Month show that Eva Longoria is the host of. That's all I want. And not one of her kids, not any of it. She's got 3 kids there. You know, it's Felicity Jones, Chloe Grace, and Dominic Sessa. Those are the 3 kids. Not one of them or the husband nominates her for Mom of the Month. Crappy family. Like, not one of them, right? So she just ditches the family, drives across, you know, they live in Texas, so she drives to California to go on the show. So then that there's her journey, and then they actually stay on the family a lot. So there's a lot going on with the family. So the son doesn't have a girlfriend. Chloe's got a girlfriend that she brings. Apparently she brings a different girlfriend every year. That's her thing. And then Felicity Jones is the one with a family where Jason Schwartzman is the husband, and he's a super nice guy, and him and Chloe butt heads. So there's just all of these things that I get it. You're trying to create conflict, but people are just mean. Like, they're flat out. Chloe, I love Chloe, but she's mean. Like, her character is flat out mean. And I don't know. So it because of the over the top mean spiritedness at times, and just the convenience. Everybody forgets. Everybody does this. Everybody's just dumb stuff. It gets grating on you. It does. Now, where I'm going to bring this back around is in the end, the very end of it, it actually has a very satisfying conclusion. So that's what saved it for me. That's what bumped it to a 2.5. Is the ending alone was like, okay, because the ending is realistic. Like, it doesn't just like, oh, the family finds her and they all hug it out and she's like, I'm sorry I left. No, she's still pissed at them, which I appreciate. I'm like, okay, that's the most realistic thing in this film so far, is Michelle still being irritated with the family, even though they're trying to make amends, because they did all screw up. So the ending was a good resolution. So if you sit through it, now maybe some of you like can handle that sort of irritating storytelling. And by the way, it was the #1 movie in the US on Amazon Prime. I like how Amazon Prime tags that #1 movie in the US. They mean on their service, but still, I mean, it's a new Christmas movie. I wanted to give it a shot. I love Michelle Pfeiffer, and that's why I wanted to put it on here as my. And I changed the title to A Christmas Movie, week 49, not a Christmas classic, because that's what the actual challenge was, to watch a classic. But I did watch Home Alone. Everybody knows that. I don't need to review Home Alone. We all know what a classic that is. So because of that, I thought I'd give you just an intimate review of this film. And if anybody has seen it and you loved it, let me know. I mean, it's cool that you did, because I can see where you would like it if you can tolerate people just being annoying to each other for an hour and a half. But there you go. So that's it. All right, Bob, take this stuff off the screen. We are done with all of our bullet points. And I think we're going to talk about Netflix and Paramount. So it is 9 o'clock. So we'll for the last little chunk, we'll do that real quick. Let's get to you guys real quick, see what we're missing. Won't be getting anything. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, did I skip a thing here? No. All right, you guys are chiming in. I'm going to try to go quick here. Now, wait, I did do that. Where's my... Wow. Okay, so I thought I logged this, y'all. So sorry. Sub Luke, JD, Laren, Awakenings. My tag came off. Netflix, Paramount, Michael. Sorry, guys, hang in there. All right, I'm just going to sort of jump if I miss your stuff. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Your Christmas classic was Black Christmas. Nice. You can come on me and Luke stream tonight. Oh, you guys stream tonight. All right, Lewis, tonight. All right, let me check out Sketch. Like I said, I got work. So Eastern, 8, 7, 6, 5 o'clock. 5 might be a little tough because I'm still working. But yeah, bro, send me an invite over at Instagram and maybe I can pop in the end of it. I also have, oh, wait, shoot. I'm actually going to a screening tonight, y'all. There's John Campia. You guys know John Campia. He's got a huge channel where he does movie reviews and, all the stuff that I do, but much better. He's doing a meetup tonight where they're watching Five Nights at Freddy's. So I'm going to attempt to go meet and greet John Campia, where there's also going to be John Campia, Robert Meyer Burnett, and some other people. So, yeah, so I will have to miss you tonight because I am going to see John Campia. So hopefully that goes through. You liked Red One. Nice. There you go, Nikki. It was fun. Come on. Jacked up J.K. Simmons as Santa. Heck yeah. Recommend Dystopian Amnesia. The Siege at Thorn High. Nice. You can watch this in streaming. I don't know. Can you? I'll have to look. The Siege at Thorn High. Red One was a fun time. Kids enjoyed it too. Yeah, right? It was a good time. Steelbook is a Lionsgate exclusive. Which one? I talked about a lot of Steelbooks. Talking about the Dogma? If it is, I don't care. Did Bob have a Christmas party list? Did Bob ever? Oh, because he's all missing all my clicks and stuff. Yeah, he may have. I think he parties hard, that Bob. Right, Bob? Eyes are half open right now. Huck, my best movies, your Weapons, Ballerina. Oh, see, not enough people talk about Ballerina. I'm with you on that. I loved Ballerina. Fantastic Four, make it do the Thunderbolts or Superman. Which ones you agree with? I mean, like all those. Well, not Megan 2. I wouldn't put that as my favorite. I enjoyed it. I liked it enough. But I would go with Weapons, Ballerina, Fantastic Four, Superman for sure. I loved Superman. And Thunderbolts was good. Yeah, Thunderbolts was good. I'd have to think about it. I need to make my top 10. You know what? That's a video I need to make. Because I saw a lot this year. But those are some good picks. Saying, hey, Castaway, Nightcrawler, Chronicles of Narnia. Nice. coming in 4K. You heard it here first. Hoss McPizza dropping the stuff. Doink. Yeah, I did see the thing for Nightcrawler. Castaway Narnia. Cool, man. That's a little that's a hot tip right there. I was so bad at Nuremberg. Yeah, Nuremberg got nothing. Nothing. And that movie's been out. People have had a chance to see that. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I don't it's funny that Kill Bill 3 would be his final movie. I think if he does that, there was rumor it was going to be the girl grown up, the daughter of what was the Fox's character's name? Was she the Black Mamba or the Viper? I can't remember. She whatever her character name was, but the kid has grown up and wants to seek revenge against the bride, against Beatrice. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like Quinn's got other stuff in him than to retread that. But I'd like to see the whole Bloody Affair at some point. But 5 hours to go to the theater, I just don't know if I have that. Girlfriend took me to see the whole Bloody Affair. Oh, there it is, Laren. You saw it. It was good. So the melding of the two, sweet stuff. Nice, dude. I knew it. I knew it would be. Also, thoughts on Tarantino's comments on Paul Dano. Stupid. Absolutely ridiculous. So, in case you don't know what I was talking about, sometimes Tarantino just comes right out and he's not even asked, hey, what do you think of Paul Dano? What do you think of Matthew Lillard? What do you think of Owen Wilson? I forget if he was done so on some of these, but I know Dano just sort of kind of came out of nowhere, right? And he just trashes Paul Dano as a terrible actor. He's one of the worst. How did he get started? It's just like, where is this coming from? Paul Dano, if you haven't seen some stuff Paul Dano's done, I mean, that guy, he's done some good stuff. I like The Prisoners. That dude's so good. I don't know what he's smoking, but and I haven't heard these three actors come out and trash Quentin Tarantino like he's trying to do a counter bash on them. So I'm not sure what the point is. And Haas, I see something coming up that I'm going to thank you for in just a second. But yeah, I think it's super petty to just come out and say, I mean, people are always, I don't know, like where's this coming from? Matthew Lillard, he's a treasure. I love freaking Matthew Lillard. Let's go. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really dig when he just comes out and starts. He's been doing that a lot. He'll trash directors. He'll trash actors. Like, what is this Tarantino side that he's doing all this trashing? Thanks, Larry. I'm holding out for the Fisco. Yeah, sold it. All right, we're only at 14. We got 10 likes in 5 minutes. Are we honestly? Did it just stop cold turkey? Let me hit refresh here. That shocks me, y'all. We're covering so much ground today. Yeah, 15. So that means for the next hour, I got 5 likes. That's crushing. But you know what I did get? Somebody who likes me enough to slap that down. Haas, look at you, my brother. Merry Christmas. Thank you for the fun, positive energy you bring when sharing your passion for movies. Dude, thank you. This is, I mean, honestly, y'all, you don't have to do this. This is very touching. I appreciate it so much when you show this love. It comes right back into the channel. It helps me go to all these movies and do the reviews and good stuff like that. So thank you, man. Right back at you, bro. Some Christmas cheer coming at you. Do a little dance in my chair. There you go. Because I'm wearing sweats, so I'm not going to stand up. Because that's what you would see if I did. But thank you, my brother. You're the man. Thank you. 14 likes. Yeah. Where's the Huckmas spirit? Where you've been saying? Oh, you mean for everybody not hitting the like button? Exactly. I'm with you, Mr. Movie. Where's that Huckmas? Look, I got the hat on. I got the Nakatomi Plaza shirt. For crying out loud, I've been talking for an hour and 10 minutes. I enjoy Campia to a degree. Yeah, I know. But he's no huckster. Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, I know. I've trashed Campia many times in the chats with him. Sometimes Campia can be a little too down in the rabbit hole on his opinion. More Robert. Oh, dude. Yeah. Don't even get me started. I've met Robert twice. Love him a lot. I'm kind of going in hopes to see Robert Meyer Burnett there again. But Campia gets really rude sometimes. Like a fan will write something in and he goes, oh no, are you effing stupid? Come on. Nobody's going to, I'm like, dude, ease up on the caller that just, threw out a question or, they're expressing their opinion. And if it hits John wrong, he gets very nasty. So that's, there was one time I actually subscribed to Campia for a while because he was just being so volatile towards his fans. I don't know if there was a time too where he was going to host a person's channel like moi, right? And it was going to be him and Robert Meyer Burnett. We're going to take someone, and I submitted myself for this competition under their wing and try to cultivate their channel and turn it into something even bigger. And it was this big thing, and they're like, make a video and send the video in. And, Campy is even like, we're going to follow the progress on our channel. And then he had the BS statement of, and this came like a week later, or if the person doesn't want that sort of public notoriety, we won't talk about it on the channel. I'm like, what is that? That's BS, man. Like, he's such an ego-driven guy. He would want everyone to know how well he's doing with the person he's taken under his wing. And then eventually, you never heard anything. It just fell through the cracks. They dropped it. Nothing ever happened. I'm like, see, you couldn't even handle your own thing. So, and I knew a couple of other people other than myself that were going for it. And I was like cheering us all on, but they never picked one person, not one. And you can't tell me that you're going to cultivate someone's identity and IP and not share it. I would be sharing it on my channel. I don't know. So yeah, anyway, but I'm still going to go see him because I appreciate what he does. And I'm really going to go see Robert Meyer Burnett. So if I'm being honest, help out this list. It's very neat and appreciated. If anyone can help out on this list, what is that? What is that list, Jeff? What is that list? Is that Dave's list? Prisoners needs 4K. Ooh, that's a great movie. Haas says, agreed on Tarantino punching down. Not sure why he felt the need. I know. What's the point? What does that get other than like Tarantino fans saying, why are you being such a dick, bro? Like, dial it down, man. Like, come on. Look, and you got to find, like, even me, like, I didn't care for what was that movie, but I'm still praising everybody in it. I still love Michelle Pfeiffer. It just was a very clunky, misdirected film, but it's still chock full of super talented people. Everybody in it's like very talented. So you just got to find the balance there, Tarantino. You got to be cool like the huckster, Tarantino. Come on, son. So real quick, so the Netflix thing, just to wrap up that thing. So the takeover is interesting. Well, and it's not even guaranteed yet, y'all, to be honest. So I will try to frame it in the best way I know. So Paramount their offer was for 100% of Warner Brothers Discovery. So that's everything. It's their streaming service and their archive, everything. Whereas Netflix only wants the streaming stuff and the studio stuff. So other things that WB produces, they're not interested in. In the end, Paramount was also offering about $30 per share. And Netflix, when you take in all the things into account, is about $28.75. So it comes in slightly under what Paramount's offering. The value that Paramount is offering is an all cash value for the entire thing. I'm already ragging my voice out. Whereas with Netflix, there's less certainty because given the way the networks work with the equity and the shareholders, I don't know, it structurally you could have declining assets and stuff. So it's not as certain as the Paramount one. The closing certainty, if they were to close, Paramount has a clear path. Yes, I'm reading this here, to regulatory approval, and it provides for superior closing certainty and protections for Warner Brothers shareholders, whereas Netflix, it's much more challenging. Approvals and later outside date underscores proposals regulatory uncertainty. So a lot of uncertainty with Netflix stuff. The timing, Paramount's proposal expects to receive regulatory approvals in 12 months because they have, of course, the president of the United States in their hip pocket. So the president's ready to sign on the dotted line for Paramount, but of course he doesn't want Netflix, so he won't sign for that, which is just another petty thing that he's pulling off because he wants to have Paramount because Paramount has access to some news networks. I forget which ones. Is it CNN? Something like that. So if he can get, if he signs for it, he can maybe have some influence on those news stations. But Netflix proposal is likely to face significant longer regulatory approval process, again, because the president doesn't want them, which delays the value and it happening. So, and and the thing, but Netflix did say this though. They said we're going to keep um, the theatrical run for all of Warner Brothers movies. That's going to stay there, and what we're going to get out of it is all of its fantastic IP. So you got like Friends, Harry Potter, on and on. You guys know DC Comics, everything. All that will suddenly populate the Netflix brand, right? And so because they don't have a lot of stuff, you got like Squid Game, Stranger Things. You start doing this, it's like Wednesday. You can kind of say, even though Wednesday I think is produced by Prime, but they gave it to Netflix to show. But I mean, it is on Netflix, so that's the thing. So like, it's just a handful of things. You can't even like go on and on and on with Netflix properties, but you could with Warner Brothers. I mean, it's 100-year thing, and that would do very well for them. So if they can pull in the Warner Brothers content for their service, you still have the HBO Max app though, and they're saying they're not going to mess with that. They're going to let HBO Max still be HBO Max, but HBO Max is also showing a lot of those properties. So I don't know if they're going to bundle themselves. Perhaps they will be a Netflix HBO bundle that'll allow them to retain a lot of what they already have on their stuff. So you got that. But if they have a theatrical release window for the WB movies, what is it? What is that? So that's what we don't know yet. Is like, is it 30 days, 45 days, or 60 days? That kind of tends, I think it's like, or 90 days. I know a lot of people want the 90-day window, but let's face it, half these movies are coming out like as soon as their run is over, like they're out on video. They're already out. So it feels like to me 30 days is what's happening. So there you go. That's kind of what's happening. So Paramount is trying to say, we have more to offer, but they didn't offer enough. Netflix did. I don't know. To me, I don't want, after seeing what Paramount, the shenanigans that he's trying to pull because he's trying to use the presidential power to get his way, and he's a super billionaire. It's just billionaires wanting to be billionaires, and it's all just infuriating to me. But what we don't hear from is Universal Comcast. That was the third player in this game, and I always felt like they would be the best because Universal, get this, I mean, Universal has Universal Studios. So imagine, now I know Six Flags has the DC Comics characters, right? But I don't know, by maybe buying them out, somehow they could acquire them, and then you'd have DC running around, Universal Studios, you'd have like all you already have Harry Potter at Universal Studios. So Universal often gets IP from other studios, like Transformers. I believe that's Paramount, right? Well, wait, it's Paramount. So that's at Universal Studios. So they get all kinds of IP from other studios. And now they would have all that 100-year history of Warner Brothers to add to their theme parks. That's massive. So that's why I can't understand how that they haven't been a more vocal player in this whole thing. Instead, you got Netflix who just outright says, here's a nice offer. We're gonna give jobs to all of these execs that are already there. And Paramount's like, oh, but we'll make anyway. So I feel like, I don't know, Paramount and Netflix, they're just banging heads. They're just trying to I don't even understand, honestly, other than the fact that Paramount is bankrolled by a billionaire. I can't even tell you how many hit Paramount movies we've had in the past year, but there have been like 7 or 8 Warner Brothers hit films. They got 7 in a row that banked $40 million, which is a record for any studio. Even Paramount can't even touch that. And I realize that WB's in debt, but Paramount's going to go into debt by buying WB by at least 50 mils. So I don't know. It's a weird thing to me that Paramount, a studio that I can't even name 5 hit movies in the past year. I don't know. Like, how are they, other than having a billionaire in their pocket, which is the reason, how can they afford it? Well, that is how they can afford it. So, all right. So that's my take on kind of what's happening with Paramount and Netflix. I think I gotta check, make sure it works, not checking in. Yep, they might be. All right. So, all right, we're going to wrap this up, y'all. Watch Die Hard 2 for the first time. It was great. Die Hard 2 is fun. Yeah, I like Die Hard 2. A lot of people don't talking about Die Hard 2. It's good. It's a list of things very needed for someone I love. Oh, okay. Very nice. Send me that over at Instagram as well, because as soon as I lower this, I won't be able to see it. Paramount v Netflix, Dawn of Warner Brothers. Ain't that right? Yeah, it's either more conservative media takeover or less shortened theatrical releases, which Universal didn't have so much debt. Yeah, I figured that must be it. Christopher Nolan would be back under WB technically. So everybody just has debt. I mean, look, so this is a great show. In fact, our buddy Guy, Caveman, RIP Guy, he told me about something called The Titans of Hollywood. And I think it's on Netflix. Guys, go check this out. It's about all 6 main studios. So you got your Carl Laemmle, Paramount, Warner Brothers, Fox, MGM. Like it's just, and it's how all of these titans that started these studios that we've all loved and all the movies that we watch from these studios, how they came about and what games they played. And then they all found this harmonious ability to exist together in Hollywood. So go check that out. That was given to me by Caveman. So that was like a great farewell gift that he told me to watch. It's interesting. It's well done too. It's not just a documentary where they just talk. There's actors portraying Carl Laemmle, Fox, all the people, all the players that made Hollywood happen. It's reenactments and actors playing the parts. And then it's narrated by one of them who's older. But you'll see. So if you get a chance, check out Titans of Hollywood. So good. No one wants to be in movie theaters for the next 5 years. Yeah. I don't know. I never really heard it. I guess it wasn't enough to worry about. Everyone have a great week, Steve. Dude, have a great week, man. Send the link. It's nice. Thank you for allowing me to put in your card. Totes, man. Totes. Hosmic Pizza says thanks, man. You guys are amazing. Have a good day, Huck. Everybody, look at y'all. Bunch of legends going out into the world, having a fantastic day. Get my hat on straight. But thank you so much for coming in. Hoss, thank you for that fantastic, delightful sticker tip thing. I appreciate that so much. You don't even know. Thank you very much. You guys are too kind, but thank you so much for coming every single Tuesday talking about all this good stuff. I think we try to like Hoss called it out, try to put some positive vibes out there, talk about some Hollywood mojo and movies and all that good stuff, and you keep coming back. So thank you for all that. So before we go, we're just gonna give Bob one more job. Can you handle it? Let everybody know who supports the channel. Hoss, you're one of those. Here we go. Y'all have a great day. Until next week. Catch you later. To all my Cafe members for their support. And if you'd like to be a Cafe member to help support the channel, please consider hitting that join button now. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming by and sharing your time with me. So until next time, be safe, be kind. We'll see you on the next one.